exercise 13, Python tuple. So tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. So the difference between list and tuple is list is mutable, and list can change, and we can change the elements of the list, but tuples or tuples is immutable. It cannot change. We cannot change the tuple elements. So in Python, tuples are written with round bracket like this one. Okay, so to create a tuple or tuple, we need to wrap items inside parentheses or round bracket, and this item should be separated by commas. So the first example, we have a tuple which is in round bracket. We have apple, banana and cherry. So we execute this one, and of course it will return all the items in tuple or tuple. We have apple, banana and cherry, and then it is the same as list. We can access the tuple or tuple items. We can access the tuple items by referring to index number inside a square brackets, which is this one lah. We have a square bracket and we put or include the index number, which index number we want to use. So let's say we want to check, or we want to access the index number 2, which is the third element, 1 2 3, but 0 1 2. So it will return cherry. Okay, true. And then negative indexing. In tuple we also have negative indexing, which it will reads from beginning from the end to the beginning. So let's say we have this example. I just need to copy this one, so I print this one. We want to print the last item of the tuple, so we have -1. So -1 means that it will start from the end. So this is -1, -2 and -3. So we want to print or return the -1 item, so it should print cherry. And then in tuple or tuples, it has the range of indexes, which is the same as list. So we can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. So in tuple, in this example, we have the range of 2 to 7, and we want to access the items in index 2 until the items in index 6. So we have here 0 1 2. So it will start with 2, or the third element, 2 3 4 5 6. So it will stop at 6, index number 6, which is the 7 element of the tuple. So it will return cherry, orange, kiwi, melon and mango. So what if I change this number, index number, to 6? Suppose it's supposed to return the value or the items until mango, but I change to 6, it will return until melon, because 0 1 2 3 4 5. And then 6, if you remember, in the list it mentioned that this number 2 will be included, but 6 is not included. That's why I run this. That's why mango is not written. Note that the search will start at index 2, which is it is included, and end at index 5, not included, and index will start with index 0. and then we can have the range of negative indexes. So in tuple we can have negative index the same as in the list. So I just run this one. So we have negative 4 and negative 1. So for this example, it will read from the end towards the starting point or starting index. So negative 1 is mango, negative 2 is melon, negative 3 is kiwi, negative 4 is orange. But negative 1 is not included. So it will return only orange, kiwi and melon. And then again we can have this one, colon and negative 1. This is if we want to multiply the value by 2, we just need to change to 2. So we have mango, kiwi, cherry and apple. And then we can try to change the tuple value, because in tuple we cannot change the value. It is unchangeable or immutable. Okay, again, once a tuple or tuple is created, you cannot change its values. Tuples are unchangeable, but list is changeable. But there is a workaround which you can convert the tuple or tuple into a list, and then change the list and convert the list back into a tuple. So how we can do this is, first convert the tuple into a list. So we can change the tuple, the items in the tuple. So we have let's say we have tuple here, tuple list, and then this one is list fruit. Okay, we want to change the list kan, so change to list. So we have here copy, paste, and then paste. We have here X, copy, paste. Okay, so next, okay, change to list is equal to, now we are using the list method. So we want to change from tuple to list by using list method. So we print this one. It will print it is able to change, because in here we want to change at index 1, 0, 1. Banana we want to change with kiwi. So again, from tuple list, in the round bracket we change to list by using list method or function, and then we choose which index or which item we want to change or replace. So now we at index 1 we want to change with kiwi, and then print tuple list, and then change into tuple back by using tuple method, and then print the items or tuple list. Okay, so we run, we get apple, kiwi and cherry. The first or the original one is banana, but we change into kiwi. Okay, again, tuple cannot be changed or unchangeable, but it can be changed by converting tuple into list, but we have to convert back into a tuple. And then you cannot change values in the tuple. So we have here so we cannot change the values in the tuple if we are not converting the tuple list into list. So if we are not using this kind of method, this kind of list method, converting the into list, so it will get an error, so it will produce error. and then we can have loop through a tuple. For example, we want to iterate through the items and print the values. So we have for loop. So we have tuple here, and then we have for. We are using for loop for x in this tuple. So this one lah, print x, print this tuple. So we have two kinds of output. Okay, first one is print, for the print for loops, and then we have this one. So it will return these two kinds of value, and then two kinds of result. And then we want to check if the items exist or not by using the in keyword. It is the same as the list node. So I will go through these two examples, but not too detailed. So here we have the tuple, we have this tuple, and then we have apple, banana, and cherry. So we are using in keyword to check if this item, which is apple, present in the tuple or tuple or not. If yes, print this message. So we run this one, and yes, apple is in the fruit tuple because apple present in index 0 or in the first item. That's why it print this message. And then other than this kind of return message, you can write this type of message with the if else condition. So if fruit in this tuple, so we have this tuple, apple, banana, and cherry. Fruit is equal to cherry, and then if fruit, which means cherry, in this tuple, if yes, if this condition is true, then it will print yes, cherry is in the fruit tuple. Else, if this condition is false, then it will print this message. So is cherry in this tuple? Yes. So the first condition, this condition is true, so it will print this message. And then this is how we get the tuple or tuple length by using the len method. So how to use the len method? We just put len. So which tuple we want to print? So this one, we just put len, and then in the bracket we put the tuple. So we print this one, we will get 1, 2, 3. So 3 items in this tuple. And then we can add items, but we cannot add items in tuples. Once tuple is created, you cannot add items. We cannot add, we cannot insert, and then we cannot remove, append in tuple because tuple does not have this kind of methods. So if you have a list, ataupun kita dah sure dengan kita punya sequence, and we are sure that the sequence of the items tu takkan berubah sampai bila-bila, so we can use tuple. But we are not sure that ke depan nanti we want to change or add or edit the items or the elements, so we can use other than tuple. And then here it will raise an error because tuple cannot use add methods. And then we can create tuple with one item. To create a tuple with only one item, you have to add a comma after the item, otherwise Python will not recognize it as a tuple. So here we have apple. We have two example of tuple and not a tuple. So this tuple, we put a string. Let's say this is the first element. I will put a comma. So this is the example of tuple. And this is the example of not tuple. We only have item without a comma. So we run this one. Okay, so we want to know this what kind of data type for this one. So for the data type for this first example with the comma, it is it is in class tuple. And the second one, it is only a string because it does not have a comma. And then for remove items in tuple, we cannot remove the item, so it will give the error for this one. If we delete this one, we cannot delete. And if we run this one, it will return an error. So we have error here, but we can join two tuples by using the addition operator. It is the same as list. So we can use tuple. We have two tuple 1 and tuple 2. So we want to join these two tuple by using this operator, and it will return the value of combination of these two tuple, this one, which is tuple 3. And then the tuple constructor, it is also possible to use the tuple or tuple constructor to make a tuple. Okay, so we have here tuple, using the tuple method to make a tuples, which is tuple in bracket. So we have a round bracket. Remember, do not use only single bracket, but we need to double the round brackets. So we execute this and we will get apple, banana and cherry. So test yourself the exercise. It is just an exercise. So fruit, for the exercise we have fruit, tuple, and then print. We can print, never mind. Okay, so we can run this one. You can run this at your own, so you can try this exercise. So that's all for exercise 13, Python tuples or tuples. Thank you.